So I know it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, and it'll probably be a while before I'm in front of the camera again. I really had wanted to do like a big haul of stuff that I've had gathered since like pretty much this entire year. And that might still be coming, no promises. I doubt it. Would really love to like start this video and say like, oh hey, I'm back on YouTube. That's not the case. This is gonna be a mail day video, and then kind of an update on my channel, and then my health. So let's start with the mail day. I got this package from Outlaw. My boy Chris. He upgraded some stuff, and so I bought some stuff off him. I haven't opened this package yet.
You're to your right.
To my right?
Far right. Behind Rudolph and Labyrinth. Blue handles. Now you're just going to tear at it? Like an animal?
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see the scissors.
Okay. She witnesses that there are scissors.
I see
there are scissors
them,
in the room.
So he upgraded Creepshow. I've been trying to get as much Stephen King on Blu-ray as I can, and he got the awesome Scream Factory that came with like a book and a whole slipcase, and this is very cool. This is an anthology, right? And it's
yeah, kinda. And it's a handful of stories.
I think it's directed by
Zelandis? Romero.
Directed by Romero. But yeah, so it's cool. Something I've always wanted in the collection, and he upgraded, so I hit him up on that. And then we have Maximum Overdrive, which it only recently came on Blu-ray in America, and I'm drawing a blank on the company. He comment in the comments, let me know. But he had this, and then I wanted to scoop this from him. So yeah, this I don't know where it's from. It's supposed to be like Region B or whatever, but he says it plays. So, and this is pretty rare, so I'm glad to have that. Maximum Overdrive. So thank you very much, Outlaw. Outlaw is somebody who I'm not going to get too personal with, because it's you know, his life too, but he's been there for me, and I've been there for him, and so it's kind of cool, like, to have somebody that lives practically, was like 18-hour drive away, and you know, we communicate, talk about movies and stuff. So yeah, Stephen King for the Stephen King book club. It'd be cool. So like I said, I wanted this to be a video of the huge stuff that I've gathered, and that might or might not be coming. In March, this is gonna be hard, you guys. In March, I woke up and my legs were shaking, and I just thought it was kind of like restless leg syndrome, but it was involuntary, like I couldn't stop it. Then it started happening through my entire body, and it was terrifying. I call when I'm going through, like I will refer to them as tremors and seizures. It's not technically a tremor because I didn't lose consciousness, but it's very close. went by ambulance to the ER. At that time, they had kind of thought it was medication that I was on that I had taken too much of, and just sent me on my way home.
They gave you a Valium.
Yeah, they gave me a Valium, which I have at home, but and it happened again while I was driving. I started to have these shakes, and thankfully, I don't know anybody who's watching this what you believe in as far as like religion or not. We're not going to discuss that here, but some force definitely got me to a parking space safely as I was driving with a family member. I was taking them to their doctor's appointment, and it wouldn't have been a fatal car crash, but it definitely would have been an accident. I could have gotten hurt. My passenger could have gotten hurt. So the person that I'm with, they go to their doctors, and I'm in the car, and I'm literally slamming my head against the car window. Lady, and this is it's a weirdly shaped like outlet of stores. There's like a restaurant, like a vitamin store. So people are passing by. They can see me. The lady next to me, who was ironically enough seeing the exact same doctor as my passenger, saw me in the car, and she at first thought I was listening to music because it looked like I was headbanging. And she knocked on the window and asked if I was all right, and I said, "No, ma'am, I am not all right." She was an angel, and ambulance came. They took me to the hospital. Outcome of that story, same thing. They gave me Valium and sent me home. This also happened. I had a very bad case of these shakes, and I went to the hospital again. Gave me Valium, sent me home, and I've been to a lot of doctors. First was to a neurologist, because I thought it was nerve damage, because that makes sense, that if your nerves are damaged and you can't control your actions. But it wasn't that. I've seen an endocrinologist, and it's not related to anything there. What was the doctor that said I had lupus? Possible,
that was the rheumatologist you got sent to for a while that thought you could have some kind of autoimmune disease like lupus, because some of the markers were there for inflammation. Or like, it could be lupus, it could be rheumatoid arthritis. Here, have a pill. Super, super duper stupid expensive pill. Took that for several months, did nothing. So
yeah.
Just kind of stopped. None of the tests came back that you had anything scary. So I was like, cool, that's not it. That's not what's going on. Walking away.
That was fun thinking I had lupus for a while. That was great. I've also been to a movement disorder doctor. It's kind of who I'm dealing with now. I'm seeing a behavioral therapist, and I need to also see a psychologist. Psychologist. Thank you. When this happens, it's terrifying, and it can be kind of frustrating going to a doctor, going to the hospital, and them going, We don't know. We don't know. Part of it could be related to my back and, my back injury combined with post-traumatic stress disorder. I think those things, like your brain is very sensitive, and, when it's dealing with trauma, it does its own thing. So I really try to avoid the stress. That's a huge trigger. I'm shaking right now, actually. I've recently had to go back to where I was born, where I grew up, and just even being in that area is a trigger. So something new recently too, which is I'm seeing doctors to address, is strobe lights and strobe effects in movies wreck me. Incredibles 2, that was throughout the movie. So I had a seizure. I had to avoid seeing Venom for a while because there's a pretty, it's not long, but it's a pretty bad scene if you're affected by stuff like that.
Yeah, we literally waited around till we could find a bootleg copy so that I could watch it and figure out, okay, this is exactly when it's going to happen.
When it was, yeah.
And you had something over your eyes.
I had
a hood pulled
like a
down.
blindfold. I had my beanie and my hood and my eyes closed, and I could still see the light. So I know it would have messed me up if I would have been watching. But even on a small screen on a phone or whatever, if it's a strobe effect, it'll bother me, which is new because for Halloween in the bathroom we have a strobe light, so it just looks cool if you're outside.
The way it shines through the shade in that room, it just looks like a haunted house flashing light effect. Maybe it's a ghost.
That's never bothered me before. But
it gives you a headache when you go in there because it's a tiny enclosed space. We've done that for years.
That's really affected me. So for that, I've had an EEG. And very unpleasant. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to be staying in the hospital for a week, undergoing EEG testing at the hospital so they can monitor me like the whole time. There's going to be, they're going to be cameras. There's leads that they attach to your head with glue, and it's pretty terrible. I don't know. I'm considering shaving my head, and but the whole time they're gonna be watching me, and they're gonna hit me with as much as they can, so that they can, I'll be in a safe environment. But I'm pretty terrified about it. It has been described to me that I suffer from functional movement disorder, and that has really, really affected my life because I don't know when any attack could occur.
And the nature of it not being a quote-unquote true seizure or something caused by an injury or an illness means there's no medication, there's no surgery.
Yeah.
So far it's just been the therapist and then the psychologist that she's been recommended to try and self-manage.
Pretty much. There's a lot of tricks that we've come up with that help. When this happens, I even forget to breathe. I literally have to be reminded to breathe. just to do like I have a stress ball, or to do if my hand's shaking like this, to try to force it to do an opposite action. I have a thing that I call Iron Fist, which I do like that, and that seems to work. I don't know why. If I put my hands together like that, I can get myself to stop for the time being. One of the things that kind of affected me the most was I can't drive. So, I didn't lose my job, but my job was driving, so... And that was kind of a vicious cycle, because I can't drive because I have this thing, and not being able to drive was causing me stress, so it was causing me to have more episodes. So, that's something is younger people, like our generation, we don't realize that, like, the day we're forced to stop driving is it's a pretty big day in our lives. And that's actually something that I was dealing with, because I was driving seniors that couldn't drive themselves, and I'd bring them to their doctor's appointments, to shopping, to get their hair done, whatever they needed, and then I would bring them back home and wait with them. And they would always say, like, how hard it is that they don't have the freedom to drive. And I would tell them, like, let us worry about gas. Let us worry about, you don't have to worry about car payments anymore. You'll get where you need to go to safely. And that made them feel a lot better. But when that happened to me, I was a wreck. Like, it's been a while since the start of March, so I've had some time to kind of come to grips with it, but it hasn't been pleasant. And I don't think it's part of the reason why I haven't been uploading as much. So I haven't been buying as much, because without a job, but I still do have a pretty massive amount of movies that I could show. I'd like to. I don't know if I'll get a chance to, because that would be it'd be a very long video. Probably have to cut it into 2 parts. And plus, things have been very hectic with doctors. None of my doctors they're all all spread out, so I'm seeing 5 different doctors. So yeah, I wish I had good news and could say oh, I'm coming back, but that's not the case. I potentially have that one huge haul video. So thank you, Outlaw, for these. That's pretty cool of you. That's pretty much it. It's kind of sappy, but don't take for granted, what you have, because I love to drive, I love that freedom, and to not have that ability kind of sucks. So, and this functional movement disorder, even though I've been dealing with it since March, happened overnight. There were no signs of it. It took a while to kind of even give it a name, to figure out what was going on. So just listen to your body. Take care of yourself. And maybe I'll do, I've been doing streams, which ironically enough, like, a doctor has actually told me, like, playing video games is really good for me because I have to be focusing. So I should be playing more than I am, actually. So I don't know if I'll stream tonight, but I'm enjoying streaming. I need to get back to Arkham City at some point. I don't know if I'll stream tonight. It depends on how Lion feels, but I enjoy streaming. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Wish me luck.